Hi, everyone, and welcome. This is Jackie Geisner coming to you on the Goal Achieving webinar, one of our 2 leader meetings each and every month in the Amber region. This is our Goal Achieving of March 2020, if you are listening to the recording. We have over 30 of our top leaders with us today, and today we're going to just take a focus in the new world, in the new ways of how do we close the month of March strong, how do we really start to get set up with new structures and virtual support and connecting to our teams during April, but also getting us into a next 90-day plan. The world as we know it, I would just plan as if it stays as we know it today during April, May, and June. So the next 48 hours have so much to offer. And so we're going to review that as well, so that as you pile and dial, as you're making your 1-minute videos, as you're doing your phone trees, your text trees, everything you've got in place so that you keep yourself really on task and on target to calling and reaching as many as you can to take advantage of the month of March. Next, what I want to do first is I really want to start with showing you the new calendar. That's all we're going to do today, is take you through the calendar and how to get ready with some new structure. So as we go into the calendar piece, let me share my screen. And the reason I truly want to start with the calendar is I've made a couple of slight adjustments to it as well, so that you can see it comes in a whole pack. Let me get to a little bigger view. So just follow along the screen. The key thing, as I take a little pause moment to truly identify what this calendar is. I've done it just a tad different. Bear with me, let me get my glasses. Because of the fact that I wanted to clean up and have very intentional different calendars, not really have everything the same. So what I want to share with you in this part is looking at, first and foremost, what I've done to the calendar. This is the actual Amber region full view. You know I'm starting to post the weekly calendar. That is only to leaders on the Amber region WhatsApp group. So FYI, that will only go to you. It will go there, and of course, I'll always do the snail mail email, but everything really, truly is in WhatsApp. What I'm trying to do within WhatsApp, as I hit that topic first, I'm not going to duplicate. So if whatever I post in Amber region, I'm not going to put in our New Orleans group, the DM3 group. It'll only go in the leader meeting if it applies to all leaders. If you're in a target specific group in WhatsApp, it will go there. I will duplicate to our 4 weeks to launch consultants and our 4 weeks to leadership consultants. So some of you are in those groups, some of you aren't. That's the only place I'm duplicating. Whatever I do in WhatsApp leader group, I will also do on our Facebook Amber region group, because again, there's a different type of audience. It's very strategic, but I'm not gonna go into all the different groups. If there are things for specific groups, you will get those just within that group. So if you can, as you reach your leaders, please get them in the WhatsApp group. I know some say, I don't like it, I don't want to use it. The new world today, if you watch TV any day of the week, they're really strongly saying everybody use WhatsApp and Zoom and Facebook as the 3 core places of communication. They also offer free calling, international calling, video communication. People are using it in their personal and professional life. So it's also a time for you to defy not doing it yourself. I love that Betty started today. Oh, I've always wanted to do this, but now it's time. So with your WhatsApp group, again, just another thing. What I did here in this calendar is I did put the link to our consultant WhatsApp group. That is for the 4 weeks to launch. So many are relaunching their business and looking at this business with a different intention since everything has changed in the month of March. So they can join that group. The 4 weeks to leadership is only for those that are attending the Tuesday night training. They don't have to be in both. They can choose to be in both. So for right now, I'm keeping both groups until the end of April. If not, we may end up putting them all into one consultant regional group if we decide to. I'm waiting because our training was very intentional, the way we organized it. and I don't want to make drastic changes quite yet. Also underneath that, you have the YouTube channel where we store most of these recordings. So you can always be, again, a part of Lori Alley's channel. We also have, if I record something, I have a channel as well that many times I just store it there. It doesn't matter where you are. It's always either on my channel or Lori's, but I use Lori's as the core. You also have a link here for Zoom. So this is built into the calendar for those that open up the calendar. I have not posted this anywhere as of yet. I wanted to do a walkthrough. What's a little different is in red is everything for leaders or future leaders. If it is only for leaders, it says leaders only. If it's for leaders and future leaders, it says it's for leaders and future leaders in red, okay? So again, that is where leaders go. In purple is what Jafra is doing. I do not have the action yet. I am sure within 24 hours I will have it. So that being said, when that comes out, I will correct this. I just did what I am used to, which is Wednesday is the business meeting of the month. We typically have training Tuesdays, and we do know we have Hudith at 4:30 every single Tuesday on Beauty Insiders. So again, this is also a time to get your team on Jafra Beauty Insiders, the Jafra Amber region, and your VIP group. So as we're reaching out, we want to update them to be in the know and the now in the new world, okay? So that's all in purple. In brown are all of the meetings that, again, are open to every consultant, every leader, and a guest. Everything has changed. They are there, very specific. When you look at 4 weeks to launch, we've restated it as getting started or restarted for business basics. When you go to Tuesdays now, it's everyone is welcome on how to build your team. What else is there that's new? You will have every single Thursday, the first 4 Thursdays, just like the first 4 Tuesdays, the first 4 Mondays, you will have a joy meeting. It's a little different twist. If you watch the recording of Rosa Lopez, bravo, we had almost 70 people on last week. I don't care if they were consultants, leaders, or guests that we had there. It was people learning the new way to talk. The best part of this was it's recorded, and every week we will be hosting a DM32 ambassador as my partner. For right now, we have this virtually through the end of April with the potential we'll go into May. But right now, it's as the world turns. I will not host that on the last day of the month. So just so you know, I'm doing first 4 Thursdays, first 4 Mondays, first 4 Tuesdays, okay? That is 11 a.m. Pacific. They are recorded. You have an invitation already sent to you in your e-box, in WhatsApp, and on Facebook. You don't know how to find things, they are posted, and then I also repost them within the units. Okay, so scroll through discussion or type it in if you want to, or look through units. They're very specific where things are found. Get to know units if you have defied getting to know units. So you can see the color coding is all here for you. So we have made this a little more simple. I have adjusted, I will keep adjusting the phone times from CRT as well. And we just kept this a little more clean and a little more simple, okay? So from there, let me keep going through the calendar pack and then I'll take any question. Well, let me pause. Is there any questions on the calendar? Sorry, I missed something anyway, so I'll come back to you. But any questions on this so far?
There is a question about, is there a corporate meeting at 11 on Tuesday also?
Right on Tuesday. What Tuesday?
I
Tomorrow?
don't want to know. She says, so she's asking if there's a corporate, like a Jafra sponsored meeting at 11 a.m. on Tuesday too. Or are those 15-minute trainings that they do? Is that like?
As in tomorrow or every Tuesday?
She just says on Tuesdays.
Right now, that's what I just said. I believe that's what I know, but I haven't seen the action for changes. Okay. So once I see the action, I'll adjust this. I do know we have our monthly business meeting on the 1st, but I do not know the dead set time. I know we used to have Judith at 4 o'clock. It's moved to 4:30. So again, I'm waiting to get their full moving calendar as well.
Okay.
Is there any other questions on that, Cheryl?
No.
Okay, thank you. One other addition that is brand new. I'm one of those, you know, I'm very systematic as business needs to be and being repetitive. One of the gaps that we do have, remember, typically Mondays are for consultants for their basics. When they're starting their business, they don't go forever. They go once, 4 weeks in a row. All of our trainers are making new slides for the new world for Q2. All of your trainers are making new recordings for Q2 for the new world. So I will update the units by beginning of next week. And so the training has adjusted to be more virtual focused than what we've had in the past due to the change of the world. What the gap is we're going to host a once a month regional meeting. Not everyone will go to 4 weeks, 4 weeks. One is for sales and building your business and sharing, and one is more directed to building a team. This is for every single consultant and leader. It will be the first Wednesday of the month, but I promise you this, I will not do the first day of the month. I can't promise I get all of the files and information I need on time, just like you. So one of the practices, because you typically, this was feedback from everybody I spoke on camera with last week. A lot of times you don't have maybe your reports yet, you don't have your products yet to be able to show on a virtual meeting or an in-home meeting. So many leaders have resorted to doing their branch workshops or district or area meetings the second week of the month. So we're going to do this as like a kickoff to the whole region, just like we do today, a kickoff in action planning to all the leaders. They only have it once a month. It will stay consistent here for now, the first Wednesday of the month, 4 p.m. Pacific. I'm going to try to be kind because our lovely East Coast people are always on at 9 p.m. at night. So we're being kind by moving to some daytime while we've got people home. We'll adjust when people tend to go back to somewhat, you know, normal job hours. But for right now, we've added that. I do have the invitation done. I will post it, and it's in this packet. So that will be for everyone, and guests can come to anything. I'm one of those, if you feel that's where they belong, them there. What I also did is I redid a way to use our social calendar, okay? So what does that mean? So all I did is I changed this to talk about using the April brochure. That April brochure has more QR codes, scent seals, and scratch fragrances than we've ever had in our history in one book. I don't know if you've noticed that, but I would get that book into many hands if I could, because it's a big fragrance month for May and June with Mother's Day. It's a big season of birthdays, and so on and so forth. So this is a big month of fragrance sales. So I would highly recommend getting books, mailing them, getting them out, because those QR codes are awesome. I went through all of them. There's a lot of fragrances in there, and you could do a fragrance party virtually with it. This is also your tool where you help them set their goals. If they're a leader, their team goals. This is for you as well. It's a one-place packet. Then you break it down into weekly. And what are your plans? What incentives? How many VIP members? Team orders. This is really a tool, not just a busy sheet of paper, that everything's in one spot for coaching and personal use. I went through the book and I created some cool theme parties that are from the words of the April brochure with some ideas. Then breaking down what's my favorite offer, how many of those do I want to sell, and what are the gift seasons of the month. And again, the power of 5, setting up some goals. And then we put all of the important Facebook pages here, including Jafra Cosmetics, which is Rockstar. and the key websites. I took off social.jafra.com because we're doing everything now in the virtual Facebook hub. And again, I don't post the link here, but I do talk about, we're going to do a new weekly contest. We started this in February with the 5 minutes to famous report. Last month I did, or March, excuse me, I did just for future leaders reporting. And in the month of April, we're going to do a fun contest of April Showers of Sharing. April Showers, Bring My Flowers, where every consultant leader can go to the same link and share their ideas. And we'll utilize that. I want to spotlight a lot of consultants and leaders, as you see me do on Facebook Live. So it's just a fun place for all of us to have a place with the contest where we have winners and we are sharing. What I also did is I switched this. I know this sounds boring, but if you really look at this calendar, it gives you some ideas for your team next month. This week, maybe you're going to do a weekly training. Why don't you train them how to host a virtual skincare party? Train them the next week how to host a virtual beauty session, how to host a hand and body essential at home session, and host a spray some happiness party. So these are themed training parties that you can train them to and recognize them for trying and defying. Then, of course, we feature all of the monthly features of the nation, National Helping Women Month or Helping Women Heal Month. So that's something you could do each week, going live or doing a post. And then turning these days into virtual parties, doing a post, going live with a fun story, maybe having an event with Facebook, giftables, posts to local businesses. You can be a messenger. I'm going to go on to my hair designer's Facebook page and do some tips for wellness and help her talk about her products. We're going to team up. So I'm actually helping local businesses by teaching them how to use Zoom and how to go Facebook Live with 2 people on their business pages. So again, think differently. I want to be a resource to local businesses. In the end, it just builds the Jafra brand. So you will see, I'm not going to read all of this, but if there's a week at a glance to celebrate, it's in hot pink. Here is one, here is another. Everything else is in the purple. Those are special days of the month with some ideas on what you could do with social media, Zoom parties, any way that you can message to people or contact local businesses. So all of that is done for you. It is completely all about posting, going live, virtual parties, calls you're making, business partnerships, and video messaging. So that's all organized very differently. Remember, across the top of the calendar is your daily IPAs and your daily social suggestions. This is what you do in your business. Who are the people you're serving in the colors across the top if you are a leader running your business? Underneath is some social posting ideas. You know, you've heard to do something every single day and keep it themey. Hannah talked about this absolutely in her training, and those were just a few suggestions. Next, this is the most tedious, so sorry if you're bored, but this is important to understand. Next, page 3, we will never stop the concept of connecting with 3 to 5 people a day. Today, double it to 10 to 20. Rosa Lopez, Anita Diaz, earning the Mazda to going from DM1 to DD2 was all about not stopping at 3 to 5, but going 10 to 20 people a day. Depends on your income needs and your wishes in what you want to defy in your goals. So we use this to talk about OCI, observing, complimenting, connecting with people, and inviting them somewhere and interviewing them. So this matches our Monday and Tuesday night training. This is not about pressuring, it's inviting and seeing if this is a fit to offer health and wellness and beauty and business and hope to people. So we put some key words so they remember when they call. It's not results driven, it's caring. It's a time others will appreciate your no contact delivery with the free website. It's a time others will appreciate a Zoom party to defy isolation. It's a time where others will appreciate giving a business a try with huge consumption products direct to their door and new income options to defy all of the fears that they're going through. And then here is the Showers of Sharing Spring Late link that we're going to be doing as a regional contest every single week. It even has a reminder to share their sharing results of the week by noon. I've made a new document. It's already there, and there is your link. It reminds them to make their list, their script, and plug it into their calendar. If you're coaching people, this is what you want them to do on that call. Let's make your list, let's make your script, put it into your calendar the next 5 days. And you could do a contest of a gift or a treat every time they have 15 or more contacts. The goal is 63 contacts a month to get a grand prize. So this is a tool for you to coach from and to utilize. All right, next. I did add to this pack, sorry, forgive me. I did add to this pack just our key tips, sorry, that's me and my mouse, on how to use Zoom and some WhatsApp, gosh darn my hand, some WhatsApp minimum tips. This is what's in our new consultant workbook. So I just added it to the calendar pack. All right, next, Jackie is just a mouseaholic here. Okay, bear with me. I did add the shopping list that is also in the old new consultant packet. We will be revitalizing that and redefining that next week for our Q2 Welcome New Consultant workbook, because Jafra, as you know, gave us a new one. So I did think this was really important as you're having shopping shows or market meetings to update their own Jafra market shopping at home for themselves, for your clients, and or your potential consultants. So I added that to the pack as one of the most important things this month. This also houses our regional meeting now that we're hosting once a month for all of the consultants and leaders the first Wednesday of the month. So this is here to tell them what the purpose of that meeting is. It's about 75 minutes, and we will have guest speakers, top consultants and leaders who show how to share, sell, host virtual parties, and grow your team, and what they've been doing each month. So it's not replacing your business meeting you get from Jafra. That is for you as a leader to host monthly meetings with your team. If you've been defying that, now is the time to at least have your monthly branch workshop and monthly district workshop. If you're doing it, great, keep going. This is different. This is really a place to spotlight people across the nation succeeding at selling, booking, sponsoring with some of their how-tos. So we'll do about an hour. We'll do a regional message. We'll have 3 to 4 speakers at about 10 minutes maximum. And then I will stay live for Q&A for the last 15 minutes and have a chance to meet some of those consultants. I am never on any of the consultant Monday and Tuesday night, so it is a great way as well for me to just have a touch point to see them. This will help us as we go to conference as well. It's a gap that we do have in our team building spirit. So that is number 6. And number 7 in the calendar pack is the Joy meeting, which even has a QR code in it for a recorded 18-minute Joy meeting if you choose to use it. But it gives you all the dates and times for the upcoming Jafra at Home Special Business Edition. New shopping and income opportunities, I call them shopportunities, in the new world at home today. So I'm going to pause. That was a lot of details, but if we don't pause and look at it, you don't realize how much is in one packet and why it was designed that way. So I want to pause and be quiet. Thoughts, comments, questions? What's going on out there, Cheryl?
There are no other real posts on the chat. I'm sure some other people do. There's some suggestions that have been good, but you might want to do the questions first.
Oh, I lost your sound.
I lost your
sound. There you go.
QR codes.
There you go. How do you learn to do QR codes?
Mm-hmm.
Google. The only way I learned it is I signed up to get free ones and I went, this is so rock star. So I could do a QR code to this. Okay. So all you have to do, go into QR code maker in Google. And when you get in there and sign up for free, there's a video demo. It is so incredibly easy. It's crazy. Okay. So try it. That's a great Defy opportunity. Okay. Thank you. Thoughts, comments, questions. Let's talk about the calendar pack and the new meetings contest. Any questions on it? Any comments on it? Or any needs that you see there's a gap in?
I love it. Oh, go ahead, Michelle.
Thanks. Okay. So, so if I understand right, the weekly contest is for everybody, but it's going to be just their inspiration. It's going to be like a drawing. Is that what you're thinking?
You will see when you fill out the form, you can click the link when you get it. And when you fill out the form, it just says, what were some things I tried this week or I learned how to do this week? It's just sharing. What were some of my successes? What were my results of the week? And they could add, I sold this much. I had a $400 virtual party. So first is, what are you trying? Right? What did you try? What did you learn and try this week? Next is, what were your results? Okay. Here, my questions are right here. So they register by their name. They tell me their manager. They give me their text number, because this is also, with me not traveling, I have a way to say, oh my gosh, how cool. I could call your consultant and say, thank you for registering. That's so cool. I haven't met you yet. Right? So it's another way for them to go, oh my gosh, I got a call from Jafra. Right? So it's just another format of tools. And they basically just say, how many connections did you make this week? Results of the week, anything they want to share that they tried, they learned, they defied, whatever that is. So it's really just a collection for us to find speakers, for me to say, oh my gosh, Martha, look at this report from your consultant. That was so cool. Look what she wrote. It's just involving people in a fun way, and then using that for a Facebook Live every single week to say their name, to give a little company feeling of recognition and acknowledgement, but also learning.
I like it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Donna Hayes, go for it.
I just want to thank you, Jackie. I know everything's so crazy, and I just love the consistency. And I think in today's world, we need to keep, at least me, I need to be routine and everything else that I know what to do and plan. And I think the consultants, and it's something for them to look forward to. And think of where this is all going to take us after this is all done. I mean, so much more. I mean, we're going to be so much more trained in businesses and everything. I think it's all in the positive end of it. So thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. So I will send that in doc form and PDF form, so that if you want to take that core foundation, you can edit the calendar. Keep the region items on there, put yours on there. Remember, not everyone goes to Monday. It may look like a lot. They're not going to every Monday and Tuesday night. They go one time and you graduate them. They don't come back. The purpose of going is one time. They need to use their time to apply what they're learning, not keep learning, repeat, repeat. We will have their sessions recorded in a shorter version of 30 minutes instead of an hour. That's where they can keep re-listening. Okay, so I don't encourage that. I'm not here to say keep going back. So that's you in the follow-up coaching. Okay, if they're going to go Monday night, where do you follow up? If they're going to go Tuesday night, where do you follow up? You're the part of follow-up. This is just pure training from 16 absolutely freaking amazing volunteers who deserve gold medals. Okay, so when you're bored, write some cards to your 16 trainers. They're rock stars and they do this volunteer. And they're amazing, by the way. So anyway, just saying. So I'm a little partial. But they're very chosen. They were absolutely chose. I can't talk. I have been talking so much the last 2 weeks, I can't even talk straight. But they really, truly were chosen by intention. And wow, they are just superstars. And they're growing and learning too. So I know it's going to come back tenfold. So, okay. anything else on that subject or anything about that. I want you to understand it, not just get it and go, oh, I don't know what this is. It's so much. Okay, go ahead, Carol. Thank you. I can't hear you, Carol. That means your computer sound is off. And you're unmuted on this side.
This happened when we did our training last week.
So I had to call
There
in.
you go.
Yeah, well, anyway, thank you very much. I'm a little bit concerned about the time for the guest event. It's 11 a.m. Pacific and 2 p.m. Eastern time. We had one guest on there last week. I want to just get a show of hands. How many? We had one or two.
Carol, I'm going to pause you.
And-
I'm going to pause you a minute. Okay? Bear with me, forgive me. But I went through about 40 different leaders raising hands in many different small pods. We decided because more people are home than ever, we're going to do the daytime one for right now. Okay? So I know your comment. I took it all already. But please.
They can't get on a Zoom when they're
Okay.
working.
Let me finish. Okay? If you want to hold a nighttime one, please do.
Okay.
You will have all the slides. I am doing one during the daytime, and if they can be live, lovely. We do record them every single week as well, but during this time, we're going to try them. I can tell you this, I have held probably 100 joy meetings in the last 3 years for this region. It didn't change the attendance. We did 8 of them in the month of February, 8, and we didn't have the attendance. So I'm not worried about numbers. I want a place for you while you're at home and others are at home to invite people. We decided as a team to try this during the day on Thursday in a very unique time. We're going to learn from this. I don't have this like, let's sponsor 200 a week with this. Woo, boom, this is the answer. But I will tell you what, if we get, we typically have 2 to 10 guests at most anytime. They can come as a guest to any meeting. We have proven in our past, I truly know the numbers and I know all the efforts we have done to make our virtual meetings a sponsoring opportunity. This is you saying, come on in. If it doesn't work, great. Do you want the recording or should we meet at a different time one-on-one? There will never be perfect. Okay? A lot of your nurses, the people working are working nights, not days. We could circle perfection. I don't care about it. What I know is you have a place now to invite them. Even guests who come on a Monday or Tuesday night, do you know that up to 75% of them sponsored because they saw this community? Whether they're watching a recording, I have more views on a recording than I do live on a video. Bear with me, I know I'm freezing. Okay, I know I froze. Okay, so I have so many views on that recorded joy meeting we did. It's like up to 80 views. And I don't care if it's a consultant learning how to say things, learning how to talk to people. So I really appreciate it. I will tell you, we made the decision and then we're going to see what we do in May. If we decide to do a one night, once a month or twice a month, we will adapt. This is called Let's Just Do This and see what happens. I hope that makes sense, but it's what we worked on last week to add it into this month. We're going to give it a Girl Scout try. If a leader wants to step in and do a nighttime, I'm not going to do that. With my calendar right now, it's too much of a moving part every single day and night. But if anyone wants to try one as we see that you have a need for it, feel free to volunteer. You don't have to rely on me and we can add it to the calendar. Okay, so don't worry, it's okay. Let's just really use what we've got and keep inviting and inviting using this whole time. And it's the time we're going to capture hearing stories about how a home business has been around for a long time, from our legacy leaders, DM3s to ambassadors, and then go from there. Okay, so thank you. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but I've been through it, I've heard it, and I wanted to move us forward to know why we did it, because it's a great topic, how we got there. So thank you for that. Okay, anyone else comments, questions before we go to your systems and shares? Okay, anything else out there pertaining to that, Cheryl?
No, we're good. There's some other ideas and things that we can go over later, but we're
Okay.
good now.
Let me get back to the next screen and we're going to get ready for share time. So Cheryl, start to grab some of the top chairs. We won't be able to get, or shares. I'm saying Cheryl and shares. So pick your top shares, Cheryl, and we'll spotlight a couple of those. So let me get back to my screen really quick. All right, here we go. So we're going to talk about next how to close the month. Okay, actually, let me do this. Forgive me. I'm going to stop the recording so that we have two different recordings. One, how to use the calendar and the tools we have in a region as a team, so you plan your structure and system with follow-up and the missing gaps of team time and coaching. And then we'll go to the second piece. So forgive me, I'm going to stop recording. So thank you. This now ends our new structure and system within the region.